Hello, Math 11 folks. This is my first time doing this, so if I have speaking mistakes, I do apologize, but let's see if we can do this to help you out a little bit. So you have your report. Here's your report, and you have a bar graph in Microsoft Excel, which looks like this. And you also want to superimpose a normal distribution curve on top of that and put both of them into your report. So here's how we're going to do that. You're going to go to Excel, you're going to select the bar graph and copy it, either by right-clicking and copying or doing Control-C, your choice. I'm going to do that, just copy, switch back to my report. Maybe I'll zoom out a little bit, and then paste. And Control-V will paste as well. There it is. If you want to have the text move around your chart because you want this report to be smaller or look a little better, then when you click on the chart, go up to Format, you'll see this Wrap Text option. I will choose the tight or square. They're both really the same. And that will allow the text to wrap around your chart. You'll now actually be able to move it wherever you want to in your report. As well, when you resize it, the text will go with it. So a little bit of playing with that will help you kind of get it positioned how you want to. I'm going to make it just a little bigger, right like that, perhaps, right there. Now you have a normal distribution curve that you want to overlay on top of this. If you don't have one, go to Google. I just typed in blank normal distribution curve. I clicked images. Any of these will do. Click the one you like the best. This one was nice. Okay, go right to the image itself. Right click, copy image. Go back to your report and paste. Now we have this right here. You'll notice now that it's going to be real difficult to superimpose these things because it doesn't want to move for you when you try to move it. So the way we do that, once again, is we click on the image, go to Picture Tools, Wrap Text, and instead of square or tight, you actually want to bring it in front of the text. Now, wherever you put this will be overlaid on top of your text and your charts. It'll be on top of whatever you see on the screen, which is okay, but you can't see through it. You can't see what's behind it. The next thing to do to fix that problem would be to go back to the formatting of the picture, go over to corrections. That's not it. Go to color. There we go, color. Do set transparent color. What you're going to do now is you're going to make the background of this picture transparent. So color, set transparent color, and then just click on the color of this picture you want to be clear. The white background is what we want. So I'll click that, and now the white is clear. You can see through it. Now you can just simply adjust the scale of it, okay, and move it around as you see fit. You'll notice here that in our data, if you go back to the data, my data has a mean of 164 with a standard deviation of 6.62. So I definitely want to put the center of my normal distribution curve at about 164, which is right about there. You'll see the center of about 164 is right there, so I'll put it right there. I want to bring the bottom of this thing up so that it's aligned right there. And so now we've got the normal distribution curve superimposed on top of our bar graph. One other thing you might want to look at is comparing the standard deviation. So for my data, my standard deviation is about 6.62. We know that from the mean, 3 standard deviations above and below will be about 100% of the data. Or another way of saying that is that at 3 standard deviations, the normal distribution curve is really close to the axis. It's really dropped right down. So if I move out about 6.5 or about 7, 21 units, I should have all my data. So if I go from 164, add 21, 164, and subtract 21, let's see, 164, that's 185. So that looks good on that side. But you'll notice here, if I do 164, subtract 21, that's 143. I don't have a 143 as low as I do on my chart. My data doesn't go that low. And so what I can do, if I want to make this look symmetrical, but still not have this curve fall off the side of my bar chart, is I can crop the image. So I can go back to Picture Tools, click the crop button, and then just grab the side and drag it in like this, and now my normal distribution curve is fit to my data and doesn't fall off the edge, and now I've superimposed it. If I actually want to indicate the mean by dropping this thing down, if that was something I wanted to do, I could insert a little line, go insert shapes like that line right there, and from 164.2 or whatever, just drag this up like this, okay? That line is not very clear, so I can right click on it, format it. I'll make it a different color, like red perhaps, make it thicker by adjusting the width. I can even make it dotted if I was so inclined. And then I could indicate that location by inserting a text box, insert text box. I'll just insert a simple text box, it doesn't really matter. And right here you can write the mean equals 164 point, I don't remember what it was, 164.23, 164.2. I can adjust that text box and bring it down here, right there if I want to. And now what I've done here is I've superimposed a normal distribution curve and the mean and the a red dotted line indicating the mean all onto my Excel chart. It looks kind of nice. It does paint the picture. It definitely shows that my data isn't perfectly normal because my bars don't really line up like a bell curve, but that's okay. That's part of the assignment, just as long as we acknowledge that in our discussion of the errors or the limitations. That's okay. I hope you found this tutorial useful. We will try to do a little more of this as we need to.